Hey, what's going on, YouTube, my family and my friends? Excellent Dreams here, back with another exclusive video for you today. And I'm just waiting for my trainee to come aboard, and we'll get started with today's training. In the meanwhile, check out that shirt. You ever been to Cincinnati? As you can see, Cincinnati in the background, the bridges. Yeah, I love it. All right, see what's going on. We're just waiting. We're just waiting. In the meanwhile, let me share my screen here. All right. Let's see here. Guess I can start on a new design while we wait. Let's see here. Do. Good morning, Sherdana. Good morning, good morning. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Go. I can hear you now.
All right, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that. Didn't know.
Oh, the update.
Yeah, I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Yeah, we never know. We never know. Sometimes I'll go to get training class started, and I'll be like 1 p.m. and then it typically ends up being 1:15 because I have to update myself. So
Okay.
sort of like Cricut. Every time you go on Cricut and use Cricut, it's updating. So
Yeah. So
that's a
this
good
was
thing.
something, I'm glad but I just wanted to let you know, I know about that much of TRW. I tried to follow Matt on his videos and they don't capture me. They don't keep my attention, and it's just he's so monotone, and I'm like, oh my God, stop calling people's names out.
I get it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I know a little bit.
Okay. Well, I hope to get you advanced today, get you on your way started. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you.
Okay.
All right. So let's see here. A lot of people will see Coreldraw and they will see all of this stuff up here.
Mm-hmm.
They will see all of this stuff on the side, and then they'll be like, oh my God, it's so much. Well, actually, it's not. Like, you know what I mean? Let's take a look at it real quick. It's a blank
Okay.
screen, nothing. If you look up here, a lot of this stuff is grayed out right now. That means that you can't even use any of this stuff up here because it doesn't apply,
Correct.
So let's go through what you can see.
Okay.
Here, if you click on Coreldraw, as you can see, it is green now up here.
Mm-hmm.
If I click on Design Wizard, Coreldraw is no longer green. All right, so the Design Wizard is a plugin inside of Corel. Okay, so to switch back and forth from one or the other, I like to click right here. Boom. Now it's green again. As you can see, now the TRW Design Wizard is grayed out. If I click back over here, now it's back active. All right.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
When you are on the app, if you hover over and for a couple seconds, it will give you the prompt. Resize your. It will tell you exactly what the button does. Same for Corel. but you want to make sure it's activated first. So click here, and if you hover, portrait, landscape, all pages, boom. All right. So when you're looking up here, we have a snap tool. I like to change my snap tool to guidelines and objects.
Let me write that down. Guidelines and total lines. Just a second. You like to snap to, okay, go ahead.
All right. This training will be recorded, so you will get a copy of it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
All right.
Okay.
That, that way you don't spend too much time writing and jotting stuff down. All right.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So I like to put my snap tool, guidelines, and objects. What's this? Full screen preview, show rulers, which we have our rulers right here. Show grid. I don't like to use the grid. Show guidelines. And I got my guidelines clicked on to show guidelines and to show the rulers. Other than that, that's about it. You got your import button here. You got your search content. These right here is the pick tool, with the same that's going down the side. Wireframe. Let's start. I'm gonna just type your name out real quick.
Okay.
When you put it in wireframe, you're able to see. There we go. So that's wireframe, and this is enhanced. Let me change the text just a little bit so we can see it a little better. I'm going to go back. I just want to show you this.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
All right, wireframe. Boom. So to show you the actual lines of whatever project you're working on. We also have wireframe down here in Coreldraw as well.
But right now, oh, okay. I see what you did.
So this whole bottom row on Coreldraw never changes. This top row right here never changes. Only thing that changes is the middle. When you switch from magic to place and fill to design prep, we're not even going to use half of those. Like, you know, we will eventually, but
not
right
today.
now we're only using the edit tab, place and fill. What type of cutter do you have?
I have two. I have an Expert 24 and I have a Cameo 5.
All right, all right. That's what I started out with. I started out with an Expert 24. So okay. And the mock-up tab, and then the export tab. So we'll use edit, place and fill, templates, the mock-up, and export. Like I don't even use design prep, Magic Wii, M Creator. Sometimes I may use text effects. All right. So don't worry about what each and every button does. Worry about the buttons that you like and how you're going to use them. All right. So I liked when I first got started. It's so easy. It's easier to just go online and find your images that you like this one. This one is simple. Even this one is simple. I'm gonna drag this one in right here, slide it over, and let it go. Now
so you found that online in under like any specific website, Google or something like that?
Google. And what you want to do is you want to, let's say you like animals.
Yeah, right now the thing that I'm working on, I do bling tumblers. And right now I'm trying to do Marge Simpson. I found one last night, her gambling on Google.
Okay, Marge Simpson. And what you'll want to type in is SVG for scalable vector graphic. Or you can type in vector. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna just choose this one.
Okay, that'll be perfect.
I'm going to right click on it and save image as.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there it is. PNG. Save it.
Now you saved it as a PNG, not a SVG.
Well, the file was already a PNG.
Oh, okay.
You can drag in PNG, SVG, JPEG, what you want to do after you get it though. So let me drag it in from my download folder.
Uh-huh.
Boom. Let me take it off a wireframe.
Okay.
Just drag your name up here because we're going to use that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But what you have to do with each and every image that you drag in, that's not a vector, that's not a scalable vector graphic. We typed in SVG on Google to give us these type of images with the dark lines, with the outlines, with the solid colors,
Mm-hmm.
versus getting something. Well, that's an SVG too. SVG, you'll start to notice it because they will look like cartoons. They will look like they've been drawn. You will have the outlines,
Mm-hmm.
like something like this. That'll be very difficult to do in Coreldraw. It can be done, but you see how detailed it is. And so what you're looking
Much.
for when you first get started, you're looking for simple images, 4, maybe 5 colors, uh something like this will be
Yeah, or even
optimal.
something like that. Right.
Yeah, something like that will be optimal. But I'm not here to teach you that. Like, I mean, I'm here
Yeah.
to teach you how to do full color. So we're going to skip past the black and white images, okay?
Okay.
But every image you find, whether it's JPEG, PNG, SVG, you want to save it and then drag it in.
Okay.
After you do that, with each and every image, you right click on it, outline trace, and clip art. Now, I know there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outline traces in here. Try them all. Don't just stick with clip art. Go in there and fiddle around to see what each one of these do. They primarily do the same, but they're a little bit different.
Okay.
Clip art is the best, but at times I've realized that depending on what I'm working on, it wasn't the best, always the best option.
Okay.
All right, let's hit okay. So what it did is it turned it into a vector. Over here, you can see the pixels, and on the right, you can see the vector line.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
You want to make sure you got delete original image checked and remove background and hit okay. So now let's size her up. And I just sized her up t-shirt size. When you're working, I've never worked with tumblers. So in my mind, I would size up the tumbler, get my circumference of what area I'm working with, and then I would design for that. So I guess it's like however tall, and then you'll do from one side all the way around,
Mm-hmm.
get your size dimensions. Right now, I just size it for a t-shirt.
And that's fine. That's fine. Because I'm going to use it for t-shirts as well, not just, I'm learning for both.
I get you. I get it. So this is 6945, but it's 15883 up here in the corner, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
This is your size. The X and Y is actually your coordinates of where Marge is placed on this workspace. So
Okay.
this workspace right now is 13 by 19. As you can see here, when you deselect anything, the size of the page will be right here. I'm going to change that though. Let's go 50 by 50. That's just me. I like working in 13 by 19 primarily, but when I'm designing, I like to widen out my workspace to give me more room. But then when I go back to printing, I'm going to probably copy her, open up a new document, and change the page back to 13 by 19 because I have a 13 by 19 inch printer.
Okay.
So If you have an 8.5 by 11-inch printer, maybe I would try designing on an 8.5 by 11-inch page. That way you can visually see, okay, this is what I'm working with.
Okay.
Cool beans. So after we right click, outline, trace, clipped on her, we have all of these objects. I'm gonna right click on her and ungroup all objects. So now each thing that you see, each little piece that you see is all separate. Let's pull out this piece here. Pull out
Got
this
it.
piece here. I'm gonna control Z them back. What I like to do is I like to group all of the colors that are together. So I'm gonna click here. These 3 boxes right here are your friend. The first box says select same size. The next box says select same color. The next one is select same color and size. All right. So once we click here, we're going to select all of the same color here. It selected all of that same color. Once you do that, though, you have to come back over to Coreldraw and activate it. Boom. Now we have it activated. We can slide down here and right click. Let's combine all of those colors together. I like to combine and then weld. So weld is here. And they have weld, simplify, trim. I only, for the most part, use weld and trim. Sometimes I may use simplify, but that's more advanced. And then create boundary. I may use that at times to create a boundary for something.
Okay.
All right.
When you do create boundary, does that draw a dark line around it like a cart?
Yes, it does. Like
Okay.
say this piece right here. I'm gonna drag this out and make a copy. If I clicked on create boundary, it just created
It just did it.
that boundary. But you can also change the outline width here,
Oh,
make it thicker.
I like that. Okay.
That's just the outline though, because if we right
Yeah.
click on this X, the outline goes away. All right. That's visually for printing. You won't be using that outline if you're cutting. I'll show you how to make our contours and our outlines another way. That's just visually for printing and visually for you can see that it has an outline on it.
Correct.
All right. So I like to have my nudge on the edit tab set to 15. You'll want to change your nudge to 15, and down here you want to save design wizard settings. So I like it at 15 because here's why. When I first got started and I was checking my work and making sure that I welded this or that I trimmed that, I was moving pieces. I would move it out to the side and be like, okay, that's that. Then I would control Z it back. And I'll move it again for whatever reason I needed to. And say control Z is undo. But what if I moved it 8 times already? You don't want to undo all the way back, right?
Right, right.
So let's just nudge it over. Boom. When you nudge it over, let's nudge this other piece over. Boom. And let's say, okay, nudge that over too. So now, let's say we just wanted to work right here and we wanted to declutter that stuff, send it off to the side. Now we can highlight it all and nudge it right back into place. Boom.
And what's
So
the purpose of nudge again?
the purpose of nudging is when you get into selecting items, these may be in your way. So
Okay.
when you highlight stuff, let me sit her to the side because I got to take you through this part so that you can understand. All right, that's one green square. I'm gonna right click here and take the outline off of it. I'm gonna duplicate it. Boom. So I just grabbed it, dragged it, and I'm hitting the space bar like a
Mhm.
stamper. Okay, let's say this is your image or your design, and that one is pink, this one is blue, this one is that blue, then we got a purple, then let's change the size of this one. We're gonna make that pink. We're gonna make this one purple. We're gonna make this one red. Here's why. All right, so these 3 boxes here, they're your friends. You click here, of course, you can select all of the same color green. Boom. Let's nudge those out twice. Boom. So now we have those separated so that, say we wanted to go in there and just click on this one that may have been hidden by green or maybe up under a green, or you can't quite get to it because it's not easy to click on, and you can nudge stuff off to the side. So
I get it now. It just moves it out of the way so you're able to work on the blue square or purple square or whatever. Okay.
exactly. But also, when you use your pick tool, you can go in there and you can pick out stuff specifically. Let me nudge these back in so you can see this. It's powerful. Let's say I only wanted to get this green square in the center. If I start right here in this blank area and I highlight it just that, it's only going to get that one. Sure enough, you can click on it, but say you want both of these too. You can't click on one and then click on the other one and get them both without holding shift. Shift will let you select multiple objects at the same
Objects.
time.
Hmm.
But you can just go in there with your selection tool fast and just grab these two. As you can see, the full purple right here to the left is not inside of the selection tool. So it's only going to grab those two. I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to include that purple. But the whole
It's the
green down
green.
here on the left is not inside of the square. So anything that's inside the square, you will be able to grab. So watch this. It may look like I got the pink one, but the whole pink square is not inside my selection.
So to just grab the green one.
Yeah, same here for the red. I can go in there and just grab that red. Boom. All right. So when you're working with items, say as you get advanced, as you get more and more intuitive with the software, you're going to want to work faster, you want to move faster instead of doing this. When I first started, and when you first get started, it's easier to do this. Click here, hold shift, click here, 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 and here. Now let's change them all to red. We're going to right click on them, combine them, and then weld. All right. That's how I did it when I first got started. But when you get intuitive with it, you're gonna go in there and be like, oh, Ray taught me this. I'm gonna go in there and grab all of those. Boom, got them all. Nothing else is in my selection. Change them all to purple. Right click, combine, and weld. So when I first got started, I was click here. I was selecting 100 stones. Hold shift. Click, 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 click. As I got more advanced, I was like, hold on. It's gotta be a
Gotta
different
be
way.
easier way.
Yeah. So right here with these two, I'm gonna highlight them both. Boom.
Hmm.
I'm gonna hold shift and I'm gonna combine into that. Even though I know most of the Simpsons do have this little glow on them, we don't want that for our rhinestone design. So we're gonna click on that part. I'm gonna hold shift, click on this part and this part, because they're so far apart. Shift is the best way to do that. Let's hold shift again, click on her skin, right click, combine, and
And it
weld.
makes. Hmm.
So you want to combine all of your colors, light colors together. Maybe we can leave this shadow. I sort of like it, but if we were to get rid of it, it's not going to change how she look. You'll still be able to see that that's
Right.
more
She'll still
simple.
look the same.
Yeah. Even with her hair, if we are rhinestoning her whole hair, I think it's best to have it one flat color. I just grabbed those three by holding shift and welded them together. So now we got her hair, that's one object. Her skin is another object.
Oh, her dress needs to be one color.
Yep. Combine and weld. We got her necklace one color. Let's weld together her eyeballs. Click on one white, hold shift, click on the other white, and weld. So I know I was using combine. Combine and weld are like cousins. I use combine primarily first, always, unless it's a simple weld like these two eyeballs, or like the part in her dress, or like these when
Her
you're
necklace.
her necklace. When you're doing multiple and you're up to like 7 or 8 welds, then you'll see like, I just welded that last time and I don't know what happened, but it's gonna do something like this. And you're gonna be like, what happened? Go back and combine your way up to weld. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like combine. Let's see here. I'm gonna break this curve apart. So right here, I can click on that one. And let's say I'm moving at a snail's pace and I'm just want to make sure I get it right. We're gonna hold shift, get the next one. Right click, combine those two together. Hold shift, get the next one, the next one, the next one, right click, combine those all together, and then get the last two. Combine, and then weld them all together.
Okay.
You'll see after you've been working on a project for some time, you're gonna be like, yeah, that weld didn't work for me. Control Z it back, combine, and then weld, and you'll get a better result.
Okay.
All right, this marge was so small when I downloaded it. As you can see, it's sort of choppy. We're not worried about that. Like, I'm
Right.
just
No.
using her for training. All right, I'm gonna get rid of all of these boxes. I think I did pretty good on those. Oh, let's go back. So, of course, most of them are the same size. So we click here and click right here, same size. Oh, that's same size and color. My
And
bad.
color. Yeah.
Yeah, same size as here. Click on same size. All of the squares that are the same size are been selected. Let's nudge them over. So that nudge feature, trust and believe, when I got hip to it, I've been using the software for 13 years now. And I just caught wind of the nudge in the last 4. Trust me, it's going to be a game changer. Like, let's nudge it back in. Boom. Helps you to move stuff easily out your way without struggling to put it back where it needs to go.
Okay. And you always do it at 15, you said, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can play with it. 15 works best for me because it nudges it, but doesn't nudge it too far. So if I was working on her and I made a copy,
Now,
Control
how do you
C,
make a copy of her? Would you hit? So
Control
you
C,
have, I'm sorry.
Control C.
Oh, Control C. Okay.
Yeah, and then to paste it is Control V. I think that's
Oh, okay.
uniform
Same thing.
across all software. Boom. So now I nudged her over. You know, let's just say you wanted a comparison. They're right there side by side now. If I change it to 10, and nudge it to the right, 10 just didn't seem like it was far enough.
Mm-hmm.
See, 10 overlap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go back to 15. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand.
I was playing around with it. Depending on how big your design is, you may want to change it to 20, you know. Just
Mhm.
you'll play around with it and you'll see like, okay, I got it now. I got it on 15. I keep it on 15 for me, but that's just my preference.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get rid of all of these. All right, let's size her back up. Okay, she's good size. Now here's the fun part. I'm gonna click on place and fill.
Mm-hmm.
Inside, add stones. Everything can stay the same.
Okay, you clicked on place and fill, inside,
Add stones.
add stones. Okay.
Yeah, because we're adding stones. If we were not adding stones, we would just deselect this.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Click here. We're gonna hatch fill her hair. It places the stones left to right, left to right, left to right. But as you can see, there's this black line in there. Those black lines. So with every fill, whether you path fill, hatch fill, island fill, or offset fill, you want to hit the fill, then clear the paths, which removes the lines, and then merge overlapping stones. So every time you use a fill, it's a 3-part process. Fill, clear the paths right here, and then merge overlapping stones. Trust me, once you've done it 17 times, you're gonna be like, okay, boom, 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 3-part process, always. We got our hair done. We're gonna click on one little purple dot. I'm gonna select same size and color. And let's just change that to blue.
Got it.
Now her hair is all rhinestone ready to go. I'm going to select one. I'm going to select them all. I'm going to come back to Coreldraw and I'm going to press delete. All
Now
right.
what did, oh, okay, it just took it back to its original state.
Yes, I just removed and deleted all of the stones because
Okay.
that was the hatch field. Hatch fields, that's my favorite field. Hatch field is going to go left to right like a typewriter and fill that area with stones. Now, path fill, if we click on path fill will follow this grid here. So one island, let's path fill it. Let's click it, path fill. It's only going to path fill that one island. Let's clear the
Oh,
path, merge overlapping stones. And press this F right here to bring the selection to the front.
I don't like that one.
I don't like that one either. Go
Yeah.
back. Let's go back. Path fill sometimes is helpful. Here's where path fill comes in play. I like it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just do your name again. And my apologies earlier for
Oh, no worries, no worries. A lot of people get it wrong. All you have to do is just break it in half. Sherdana.
yeah, I got it now.
Yeah.
I
Thank
was
you.
like, when I first seen it, I was like Sharanda. I just immediately it was like
A
I
lot of
without,
people do that.
yeah, without even looking at it and reading it. So my apologies.
No worries.
All right, so here we go. You're gonna love this. All right, so that's regular text, right?
Uh-huh.
The path field, let me copy it. I'm a hold control. Control lets you move things in a line on that axis. So if I hold control, I can drag this straight down. I'm going to right click and make a copy. Without holding control, you can freely drag it where you want to. Holding control will drag it straight down on that axis. Or if you go left, it's going to stay on that axis.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. So control lets you move things left and right on the axis. And what does shift do?
Shift, you can move it anywhere you want.
No. Shift
Uh-oh.
allows you to select multiple objects. So
Oh, you're right.
yeah. So if I want to select your name and
And
select your other
shift the one
name,
up.
I'm going to hold shift to do it.
Okay.
I want to add
That's
this
like
one in here.
silhouette. And that's almost like silhouette. When you hold that shift key down, you can select different objects.
Yeah, and believe it or not, most of this stuff is universal Windows commands. So it works the same way in Windows. If you hold shift, you can select a whole list of names.
Okay. That's what I have to associate it with. Okay, Windows.
So check this out here. If we click here and we
Mm-hmm.
just path fill it, path fill will create a path of rhinestones, but it deletes whatever the object is. So we hit path fill,
Mm-hmm.
clear the path, merge overlapping stones. So sometimes path fill gets you right to where you need to be. We ready to cut this out.
What?
You see that? That's what path fill.
Wow. Okay, that just blew my mind. All right.
So with island fill is going to do the same thing, but it's not going to take the black away. So island fill, clear the path, merge overlapping stones. Coreldraw is working his TRW working his magic, as you can see down here, this blue bar.
Well, I gotta make sure I have the same updated software as you. I had, well, we'll get to that later. This is amazing. This is blowing my mind.
All right,
Wow.
that's that. So let's change the islands here to 2.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to click on this one down here. Island fill. Clear the path, merge overlapping stones. So now we have 2 rows or 2 islands of stone. It's just merging overlapping stones. There's a lot of stones in there. 584.
Oh, that's awesome. But while that's doing that, have you figured out how to charge when you're using a certain number of crystals?
Yeah, I created my own list, and you got to realize if I'm buying stones from where I'm buying them at my cost, and you're buying them from where you're buying them at your cost, you're going to want to factor in what you paid versus what I paid. You know what I mean? So
Right. Yeah. I
what?
go to Alibaba.
Yep. I do that as well.
Good.
When I want bulk, but sometimes you may run out of bulk and can't get that bulk fast enough, so you got to pay the U.S. price. U.S. price is roughly about $120 for 500 gross.
Mm. Yeah, I'd rather go to Alibaba.
Yeah, but hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
500 gross is 72,000 rhinestones. We paid $120 for 72,000 rhinestones. We can make. I'm gonna highlight this,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna count the stones down here in the right. See the design with stone count, size, and color. This little blue dot right here.
There it is. Okay, I see it now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Click that, and it's going to give us our stone count. So what I did was I made a price list for myself to where if I'm using 500 stones, it's going to be $25. And that was my start. So I started at 500 or less.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it just popped up.
Yep. So 500 stones or less, it's gonna cost you $25. If I'm using 1,000 stones, it's gonna cost you 30. If I'm using 1,500, it's gonna cost you 35. So I did that my own list like that for myself, just more so trying to uh set a standard for myself to where if I'm using 5,000 stones, the shirt should those 5,000 stones should add $65 to the shirt. And then if I'm using 5,500 stones, it'll be $70 that I'm adding to the cost of the shirt, not including the vinyl or the price
Yeah,
of the shirt. Like, you know what I mean? So I did that 10 years ago. So I'll probably have to redo it and adjust my numbers based on what I'm paying. But that's pretty much how I do it. Sometimes depends on the customer. I might just be like, all right, yep, that's $45. Like, you know what I mean? Knowing that I can sell 90, probably $45 shirts out of this $72,000 bag that I only paid $120 for. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's an excellent profit.
Yeah.
And that's where I struggle. That's a whole nother class. But that's where I struggle with my tumblers as well as I'm just starting to do shirts. Because I do nails. And when COVID hit, long story short, I took nails because I used to work for Swarovski.
Okay.
They cut all of us, the nail techs, out when COVID hit
Yeah.
and stopped selling to us for a good while. But I had all these crystals back here and I didn't know what to do. So I started blinging stuff.
Yeah.
And then from there, because I used to go around the country teaching nail techs how to put crystals on nails, the Swarovski crystals. Then after COVID, everything went south for nail techs. And they got a new CEO, and he said he didn't want to sell to us, I guess because of the competition of Alibaba.
Right.
And you could get a high quality crystal, not as good as Swarovski, because Preciosa is right there.
Right.
And I guess he just said, hey, just too much competition. Let me just keep it high dollar for California, New York, and all that. And, everybody else can get the regular other glass crystals that's cut
Right.
or Preciosa. So long story short, I want to learn how to use TRW's Coreldraw to incorporate on my tumblers, but then I want to sell the shirts with it.
Okay.
So because I want to increase my revenue.
Gotcha.
And that's where I am, but I cannot follow Matt. You were fantastic. I'm gonna be signing up for more classes with you as I go through. So you're gonna be hearing from me a lot.
I hear
So
you. I hear you. We're not done yet, though.
okay.
All right.
hmm
I still got a few more things to show you. We're on for about 20 minutes, another half an hour, because it did take you a while to get in.
Thank you.
I just want you got to see this though. So here's our two lines, right?
Yeah, that's
And
nice.
when we highlighted it and we press this little blue button right here, it's gonna give us our stone count.
hmm
It's counting the stones, counting the stones. What I should have done, I should have restarted my computer because it's lagging just a bit. I struggle with that at times. It might be a week and a half before I restart because I'm such a power user. 2,747 rhinestones in this design.
In that one design,
In that one design.
just my name for
Yes,
two
sir.
lines.
Yes, but as you can see, when I typed your
Oh,
name
the
in,
height.
it's 34 inches wide, 31 inches wide.
Right, right. Never
All
mind,
right.
I get it now. Because again, it's a shirt.
Yeah, yeah. But I didn't size that correctly because 34 inches is wide. So it'll be more so like 9.
9 to 10 inches. I say about
Yeah.
10 inches. Yeah, 10 inches, 10 to 11, because I'm
Right.
a size medium to a large shirt. So yeah.
All right. So we got our first error. And the error came up because we don't know. You're gonna look at it like, I don't know what happened. I don't understand this stuff right here. Like, what? Would you like to report this error to TRW? I'm going to say no, because I know what happened.
Okay.
Right? All right. So see, it made it an outline. We were trying to
Uh-huh.
put stones in it. Let's go back. Undo the last process. What happened here, and it's gonna happen, you just gotta go back and look and see and be like, okay, I had two
2
islands in there.
hours. Mm-hmm.
Two islands are not going to fit in there. So let's change it to one. And let's try it again. Click on it, island fill.
But you reduced the size though
I
to
reduced the size. Yep. Let's clear the path, merge overlapping stones.
mm-hmm.
So typically when you get an error, undo and go back and just take a second, woo-saw it out, look at the screen and be like, I got an error, so something right here is wrong. 9 times out of 10, you got too many islands,
Because it's smaller.
because it's smaller. So if we put it on 0, that's unlimited island. 1 island is 1 island, and then 2, 3, 4, and so on. So you want to keep it. I like to keep it on 1, unless I'm trying to fill up a whole object, then I'll change it to 0. But for the most part, it's 1 or 0. I do like to do this one though. The 2, the double up.
That looks nice.
So if it was going on the back of a hoodie or something, then I would probably make it 16, 15, 16. Now let's see what we get. Island field. Clear the path, merge overlapping stones. So when I first got started out, I was doing people's names. I was so excited that I could now do rhinestone. I was doing people name shirts, and it was so easy and got me a lot of work. Next after that came Straight Out Compton. Remember the shirts? I'm from down the way, or it was the shirts from the movie, and everybody did them. Yeah, that's what it was. Straight out of
Straight out of what
1970
something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Straight out of New York, straight out of Seven Hills. I got a lot of practice with that. And that was like this. All right. But since you'll be able to go back and watch the training, I'm gonna do this one real quick, because this one is perfect example of what you'll be doing when you first get started. You're gonna right click, outline trace, clip art. See, once you know the basics, you're gonna be doing 10 and 11 of these, and then you're gonna come back for more training to advance yourself even more. We're gonna hit OK, because we already delete original image, remove background. So this is saved. Once you click those 2 one time, it's gonna save it automatically.
Okay.
Let's right click, ungroup all objects. So we have to do that with each and every design. So now we know everything is separate. So the inside of this O is one piece. Everything is one piece.
And Control Z always takes you back, goes back a step. Okay.
Yep, Control Z. Jump right back. So I'm gonna just click right here. I'm gonna click all of the same color here. Boom. To know that I got it, you was like, what's nudge used for? I'm gonna nudge it out. Boom, there it is. I'm gonna right click on it. I'm gonna combine it, and then I'm gonna weld it. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna highlight these, because we're gonna just change those to red. Boom. I'm gonna right click on it. Well, actually, I'm gonna change these to red. Right click, combine, and weld. And let's change these to like blue. Combine and weld. Now I'm gonna leave this black and leave this black. I'm gonna click here, nudge this stuff right back in. Boom. Now this page is a little cluttered. So down here, we can click here, and it's going to be page 2, fresh page. I'm going to go back to page 1. I'm just going to grab this and drag it down to page 2.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then bring it back up here and let it go. Let's size this up for a shirt. Let's go 9.3 by 14.5. And actually, I'm going to change my workspace back down to 13 by 19. Boom. If we highlight all of this and we press Control G, That's going to group it all.
Okay.
If you right click on it, it gives you all of your shortcuts. So let me go back. Highlight it. I'm gonna right click on it. Control G is group. Control L is combine. I how want to say it? I ain't start using shortcuts 9, 10 years after I was using the software. You know, I right clicked on everything and I went in there and I just pressed it. And then it clicked on me and I was like, hold on. I'm every time I'm right clicking to go in there to get this, and I just wrote me a cheat sheet right here. Control G is group, Control L is combined. So that way when I'm moving, I don't have to, I can just boom, Control G, and then I'll hit P. P will center it to the center of the page.
Wow. That's
Even if it's
nice.
all the way up here, if you hit P, boom, it's gonna center it.
That's sweet. Okay.
So I'm gonna pick Control U and ungroup it all. You ready? This is gonna be
Yes.
fun. I'm gonna click there, place and fill, hatch fill.
Processing.
Clear the path, merge
Combine.
overlapping stones.
Mhm.
Now that's gonna take a minute because it's 1,200 stones.
Yeah, in one layer.
So
Now, the
essentially
letters aren't in rhinestones, it's just the background.
just the background. But you gotta realize I could cut those letters out in vinyl and this shirt is ready to go, you know?
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet.
Not only is it ready to
I
go,
gotta take some more classes with you. Oh my God, this is blowing my mind.
not only is it ready to go, Sherdana, but I can take this design, create a guide for it, place it on Etsy, and start making residual money from this design. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, tell you
So
what.
that's what Tanya's doing then, because Tanya, I see she's sending people to her pay hips and
Yeah,
Etsy, because I
yeah.
have an Etsy too, but my Etsy doesn't contain any of the um templates because I haven't gotten that far yet. So
Okay, okay. Hear me out, Miss Lady.
mhm.
Um, I'll be 44 and on the 28th. So I started this business back in 2011 because I wanted to do rhinestone shirts. Back in 2011, I was married, had multiple businesses. Me and my wife owned a business, MRDD, taking care of people with mental disabilities. And I was just at home a lot. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna start this business. Well, since then, I've gotten divorced. Uh, I went back working, and I was working um, until COVID. COVID came around, and snatched that little $30 an hour job that I had away. You know, I thought I was like that was the best job that I had all my life. I was making $30 an hour. I was a tobacco rep. It was an easy job, you know. Um, and COVID came and snatched it away. And I'm like, oh man, I did not want to go looking for another job. And the economy was just so fragile. I'm like, I ain't about to go out there, like you know what I'm saying? So I saw I sat here for 2 days and cried, like you know what I mean, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. And the most high talked to me and he was like, I want you to help people. And I'm like, what the help people how and why? Like you know what I mean? You want me to give away everything that I've learned for free? That's what you telling me, God? And I'm like, he kept on saying it over and over and over again. I just kept hearing it like, that's what you got to do. So after 2 days of wallowing in myself and just sitting there like, oh my God, I don't want to be homeless, yada, 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 I started me at Etsy and I put some of my designs on there. And I was like, okay. A day went by, 2 days went by, 3 days went by, and I was like, okay, this ain't working. I'm not making any money from this. Like, you know what I mean? And he said it again. He was like, you gotta help people. You putting that design on there is not helping people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta show them how to use it. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, it clicked. I was like, okay, I gotta show them how to use these rhinestone designs so that they can make money. Once
Look
I
at
started doing that, uh, I couldn't tell you how I pay my bills now. Like, you know what I mean? It comes automatically. You know what I'm saying? It
wow.
comes to
That's
a
what I
point to
need.
where a bill may be coming around the corner and my ends may be low, and automatically the day of, I will save enough to cover it,
Hey,
and
God.
that's sort of how the Most High works, because I'm not in this to get rich. I'm doing something that I truly love, and I'm helping other people in the process. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, on the flip side, that was 4 years ago. I've had $1,000 Etsy days now. Like, you know what I mean? I've had, my first big day where me and my girl were out of town, and she was mad because she just took her vacation from her job, and I'm on vacation, and my phone is shing, 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 and she's like, "Babe, that thing was going off all night. I wish you would have cut that phone off." Like, I'm like, "Cut the phone off for what?" Like, that was her first real taste of, okay, so this is actually working for him. Like, you know what I mean? So, as much as I teach people how to do rhinestones, I want to teach you how to do rhinestones so that in turn you can start making residual money, because we're not
And that's
going to
right.
be laborers all our life. You don't want to be up under the heat press 24 hours a day, to make money that you can make in your sleep. So after you get a couple of designs, and they don't even have to be your own designs, you know what I mean? Like this one that we found, the zero fucks given.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody is selling this on Etsy already as just this part, you know? I
You're turning
grab
it into a
yeah,
rhinestone
yeah, and
design.
I'm turning into a rhinestone template. I done resized it, like, so it's not the same size as what you're gonna get off their page, and it's not the same design because mine is rhinestones. Like, uh
Right.
I was taking Winnie the Pooh. I was taking Mickey Mouse. Like, I was using all of this stuff for practice, because you can't sell the copyrighted stuff. Look, the Mickey Mouse is the
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton, but a lot of people want that stuff. So, and my Rhinestones of Us group, most of that stuff is in there already, designs that I've done that I can't sell, those are the free designs. I want people to be able to make themselves a BB shirt. You know what I mean? I want people to be able to make them a Louis Vuitton jacket, using rhinestones, and they may create gifts for their family and their friends. Now it's up to you if you want to decide you want to make that Louis Vuitton shirt and put it in your boutique, like, you know what I mean, and then somebody come in there and be like, "Oh, she's selling fake stuff." No, we don't do that. We make that type of stuff for us, friends and family. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Because when I first got started, the light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, "Oh, I can make LV shirts, Guess shirts, you name it." And then I was like, "No," because I'm a righteous individual. Like, so I'm like, "No, I don't even want to be looked at that way." Because when you go to the flea market, that's what the Africans got. Like, you know what I mean? People
Mm-hmm.
see me and I already think I'm an African, so I didn't want to associate. So I started doing different designs. I started doing a lot of
I
uh
love your celebrity designs. Your Chris Brown, I love your Steve Harvey, and I think you did a Martin. Did you do a Martin? Yeah, I absolutely adore those designs. And I'm like, how is he doing this? And I can't even get the basics. And like right now, I have 2 giveaways that's coming up that I'd like to do. And it's 2 words: behavior modification. And how I want it to be, and I wanted to do it all rhinestones, but I want it have to be broken behavior modification in the center. And at the top, half of the word, half of the word, half of the word, the bottom half of the words, half of the words, half of the words. I
Oh, let
think
me see. Let me see what you're saying.
behavior modification.
I spelled that right?
Yeah, you spelled yes. Mm-hmm.
Highlight them. All right. Highlight them both and press C to center it. Boom.
Okay, I didn't see where you did that at.
All right. I'm gonna control Z it back. I just highlighted them both.
Uh-huh.
I just press C.
The letter C,
The
and
letter
that's it?
C.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Not control C, just because that's copy.
Yep. Yep. You got it? Just C the center. Now if I
Uh-huh.
hit P, P is going to center it to the page. So watch this. So center both of the words to the center of the page. Let me control Z it back. If we control G and group those together, now they're together. If we hold P, it centers it to the page. All right. I'm gonna control U to ungroup them, and I'm going to change my text. When you're working with mine, oh, that's good.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah. We both said it at the same time.
All right. So I'd like to weld the text before I work on it. So I'm gonna weld this one. I'm gonna click on this one. I'm gonna weld this one. Let's just do it real quick and see what we get. I'm gonna click here and I'm gonna hatch fill it. I just want to see it. Clear the pad, merge overlapping stones. So hatch fill doesn't work all of the time. Look what it did.
Yeah, it didn't capture everything. Yeah.
All right. So let's try our island fill now. Island fill. Looks great. Clear the pad, merge overlapping stones. Now, sometimes, based on the text, Coreldraw, Design Wizard will get you there, but then you still may have to do just a little editing, like right here on the H.
Yeah, you can move the stone. You need to move the crystals a little bit.
Yep. So here's where it gets fun. And I did this all day long. I'm gonna click here on this stone. I'm gonna hold shift and I'm gonna click on this row right here because it's off. I'm holding shift as I go along. I'm gonna go all the way down to this one. Boom.
Okay.
We're going to equal space right here.
Yeah,
Replace
where
stones
are you?
in the design over on TRW Design Wizard
Uh-huh.
and right
Oh, there
here
it
on the
is.
bottom line.
Replace
Replace
stone.
stones to make spacing equal. Click that. It spaces out the stones, equal space between them, and this little up arrow right here will add 1 stone. Boom. I'm going to hold shift. We're going to clear the path. So every time you do one of those lines, you have to hold shift and clear the path. That's the only other time you'll use shift. So shift main objective is to group items together or to hold shift and clear the path from here. So it looks like it did most of the letters like that because of the curvature of them, but like it made them 1 stone short. So right here, I'm just going to, when I first got started, I clicked on a lot of stones, and that was okay. I did that for years and made a lot of great designs. As I got better, I started realizing I work faster if I move this stone here. That's where it's supposed to go visually in my mind. Then move this one here. Boom. and then I work and I move around. Okay, so this one needs to be here. This one needs to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I found out that I work faster when I get all my stones where they're supposed to be first, and then go back and do my replace stones to make the spacing equal. Okay, because I would start clicking on a stone, click, 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 and I would get down here to this stone and be like, oh man, I gotta move it. So I had to deselect all the stones, move this stone where it's supposed to go, and then complete my line. If I go and do it first, then I won't have to click all of those stones for no reason and then get there and realize, oh, that stone is out of place. I got to do it over. So I'm just moving them where they go, and now I can do
Look
my
at the
work.
B. Oh, I was going to say, look at the B. The B has overlapping.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was going to get to the B last.
Oh, okay.
That was the only one that had the overlapping, so that's why I saved that one for last. Everything else I was able to, for the most part, move the stone where it needs to go, so that way I can equal space that line. And that's still not bad. Some of my first projects, I cut it out just like this. Once it got on the board, I hand set a stone here. I hand set a stone.
That's
But
how we're doing silhouette one at a time, and that is so time consuming.
yes, it is. I'm just going to equal space this line all the way down to here. Equal space. Boom. Shift and clear the path. Maybe. It looks like I can get one more stone in there. Let me see. Equal space. Add a stone. Yep. Shift and clear the path.
Wow, that is so much easier.
Like with this one right here, they're kind of close right here and kind of close right here. Instead of doing the whole line though, I'm gonna just equal space these four. Boom. Shift and clear the path. I'm gonna equal space these four. Well, let's add 5 in there for good measure. Equal space. Shift and clear the path. Boom, moving right along. We're gonna fix this A. Now we can, if you're OCD like me, we're gonna go from this side all the way around because we want that to be equally spaced, even for this little gap here. So we'll go all the way around, equal space. Boom. Cool beans.
Wow.
But me personally, nowadays, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, might equal space that. Shift, clear the path. And over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, equal space that, clear the path, and move right along because it's gonna look good either way.
Either way, it does. It does.
Right here on the A, I don't like it how it dips in right here. I'm gonna delete that one, right that one, and that one. And I'm gonna just redo this line, equal space, and add those 2 stones back, and now they're straighter. Shift and clear the path. I can do it with this line over here too. You see how it goes in?
Yeah, I was just going to say that one's a little crooked. Oh, how are you deleting them? You're just selecting and delete?
Yep. Just clicking on them and hitting the delete button.
Okay.
So hold shift here. Click on one, hold shift. Continue holding shift, get the last one. Equal space. Add a stone, add a stone, add a stone, add a stone. Wait a minute, let's take one back so that it matches. Shift and clear the path. And what happened on this one was one stone was off just a little bit, so it curved that line like this. Let me show you a trick. Took me 10 years to figure this out. And it should be on the place and fill tab with everything else, but it's on the edit tab. Little button right here called fill between two. It's a game changer. I love it. We're going to click on this one, hold shift, click on this one down here. We're going to hit fill between two. Fills in
Wow.
that whole line with stones. Let's hold shift and clear the path still. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold control. I'm just going to slide this little fella over just a little bit. Boom. Maybe the
Look at
next
that.
one down, just a hair. Boom. Looks good to me. Control S, save our work, and move right along.
Wow.
Boom. I'm just gonna jump down to modification, place and fill, island fill. Okay, so our 0.075 puts the stones right inside of the line, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's with the add stone feature. Let's take that off. Boom. We don't want nothing in the inside. We're trying to do it outside
Outside.
now.
Mm-hmm.
And if we hit island fill with it at 0.075, watch what happens. I'm going to change the color so that we can see it. So now I'm going to right click on this X to get rid of that outline because there's an outline on there.
Yeah,
Right
I see
click,
it. Mm-hmm.
now it's gone. So now we have our outline. Underneath that is just an outline of the modification. So what we need to do now is click on the black, hold shift, click on the red. So now you have them both. We're just going to trim through that using the trim up here.
I see it.
Trim. So now what we have, I'm going to nudge it out so we can see it. Edit, nudge, boom.
Oh, look at that. Look how clear, clean cut that looks.
So this can be like red vinyl. And then in the inside, let's do a place and fill. Switch it back. Inside, add
It's
stones,
stones.
island fill, clear the path, merge overlapping stones, and I'm gonna change them yellow so that we can see them. Let it work its magic. And deselect everything. So now, of course, we have to fix a few of these letters like we did up there. But now, watch what happens. I'm gonna just delete this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move this up. So I'm gonna hold control and drag it right up so that it stays right on that axis. I'm gonna highlight it all, and let's do a mock-up. We want to end it off with the mock-ups because people are like, where do you get your mock-ups from? And I'm like, it's all in the software. We're going to simulate stones right here. We can change it from a women's shirt to boys, girls, infant, men's. These are defaults from Corel. We're going to keep it on women's. Then they got different style of shirts. So the burnout shirt, front and back, dry fit shirt, front and back. I like to use the scoop neck shirt for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Simulate stones is already checked, and we're gonna just click on the shirt. Oh, my bad. You gotta highlight.
Okay.
Oh, I did. It's just my computer moving slow. I'm like, what's going on? There we go. Behavior
Wow.
modification. Now this is just a mock-up, so it's just for visual. So we're gonna make this a little bigger. I'm gonna slide it down where it goes. That looks about right. We're gonna change the shirt to black. If we right click on the white, it gives us our shading.
If you right click on the white, where are you? You lost me.
All right, check
Right.
me out. Check it out.
Okay.
Go back. Go back. All right. So when I click on the shirt, you
Mm-hmm.
can click on any one of these stone colors to change the shirt.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
if I
Gotcha.
left click on black, it changes the shirt. If
to
you
blend.
right click on it on another color, I'm gonna right click on white. It gives us our shadows and our highlights so that we can see the shirt even better.
Contours, yeah,
Yeah, the
okay.
contours. And now we can go in there. I'm gonna select one yellow stone, select all of the same size and color over here.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to right click on a stone and I'm going to group those together. Boom. The
So
same
when
for
you
the
put it
blue.
out, it'll do just the one color.
Yeah. So when I change it, it's going to change it all at once. Boom. Right click and group object. So now let's say, want that to be clear stones. And we want this to be red stones and the outline to be white. Boom. Ready to show to your customer, get their approval so that you can create the shirt.
Wow.
Right here, I'm going to add a little bling. So I'm going to hit that and boom. I'm going to deselect it. Then I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to resize this little bling.
Oh, I like that.
Boom. So now we can, I'm just grabbing one, pressing space bar. I'm stamping some blingage on here. So when they get this mock-up, they like, oh, okay, it is stones. I can see it. If not, they just gonna be circles on the shirt, like, and
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you now.
yeah, I got that little bling to it.
That's cute. Okay.
This helps me to complete. I wouldn't say to complete the sale. When I first got started, I did. I was doing mock-ups without a dime. You know, I was doing designs without a dime to get to the mock-up screen so I can create them a mock-up and be like, okay, here, this is what it's gonna look like. Now pay me. I got so much work done. If somebody wants to see my work, browse my page, and either you gonna trust me and believe that I can get the job done, or you're not gonna choose my business. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna spend an hour out of my day creating a design just for you to say, okay, I like it, and then pay me. Because sometimes people they would go ghost then, like, you know what I mean? And now I just wasted my time. All right, here's how people will trick you. They will only trick you if you don't know better. But when you first got started making shirts and stuff, people will be like, "Ooh, can you show me what it'll look like?" In order for me to show you what it'll look like, I have to do the entire design,
Correct.
put it on a mock-up, and then send you this part, right? You know what I mean? So you can see what it looks like. And then people will be like, okay, no, thank you. And I'm like,
Yeah, after you just spent all that time and effort.
so now I'm like, send me a deposit, we'll get started right away. I'll get started right away after your deposit, and the deposit most of the time is half. I know some people don't take deposits, but here's what happens, and it works out because if they get to being foolish on the back end, that's just free money for you now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they pay me they deposit, uh, whatever may happen in their life, like, you know what I mean? That deposit, yeah, it secured their order. But if they don't come back and like it's like layaway, like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna put this
Yeah.
stuff in layaway. I'm gonna give you my money today, but contingent upon what happens in my life for me to come back and get the layaway, I'm not gonna get my money back. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Like, so you're gonna invent and then reinvent your rules based on people being sly with COVID, with people losing their jobs. A lot of people not really knowing how to supplement. People come up with all types of schemes, scams, and just wordplay to trick you. They
If
do.
it was just, if they could just not do that, I get it. I get it.
And
Um,
and to each his own. You know, everybody out here trying to survive. I don't put anything past anybody. You know, I grew up in foster care without a mother or a father, so I I don't put anything past no one. You know, somebody be sitting next to you on the bus, you'll be sleeping there. Go in your pocket. You know.
yeah, that part. Yeah, let me show you this real quick. I just finished this. Um,
Oh,
I just finished this. I don't
oh,
know if you can see it.
yeah, I can see it. Great. It looks
Okay.
gorgeous.
Yeah, I started out with the Princess and the Frog characters, but I knew the customer, this is a gift, and she loves to go to the casino.
Mm,
So then I added Leap if you're feeling lucky.
I like it.
And I put the slot machine, the chips, and the cards on there, and then her name, of course, so nobody can actually take her cup.
Right.
And what makes my cups unique, on the bottom, it has a screw-on piece that goes on the bottom that has a reusable straw that they can sanitize themselves.
Nice.
And of course, the regular slide-on lid. It's just drying right now,
So
but
you did
it's
that you did that by hand?
one crystal at a time. Mm-hmm.
So for the images, how did you do the images? You
I cut them
sublimated them?
out. No, no, no. I cut them out on Cricut.
Hey,
I
man.
cut it out on my Cricut, and then we're using permanent vinyl. After I prep the cup, stick it to the cup, and then outline. So that's another reason why I wanted to do March. But what I'm running into problems with is what you taught me today is how to get the design off of Google, save it. I mean, turn it into a SVG, clean it up. Because I didn't know how to do that.
Right,
I had to keep paying somebody to do that part.
right, right.
And I'm like, I know it's got to be. I've been praying. Trust me. I've been praying. I've been struggling, let's see, for over a year, almost 2 years, trying to find somebody else to teach me. Because every time I try, I swear I have tried with Matt. I get on his live, and before you know it, we 30 minutes in and I done fell asleep. I'm bored
Oh,
because he's teaching, and then he'll stop right in the middle of teaching and start calling out people's names like, oh, he on romper room or something. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this.
so
I-
here's what I've taken from that. So I was in his first class when he first started selling the Rhinestone Wizard Volume 1 point whatever. I was there. What happened throughout the time is as they upgraded it and as the wizard changed in its appearance, they don't start back over from scratch. You know, they keep moving on as if everyone was there in that first class. So as the wizard has got better, new people will come along and they uh Matt would not take them through the introduction. He would just assume you already know.
Already knew, yep, and you don't, and it's frustrating. So then I bought the training, all of the training courses, and then I realized, okay, I have a different version.
Yep,
So I went back to them. They no longer have customer service. I paid for one-on-one classes. After I paid, they stopped the one-on-one classes.
yep,
I'm like, so what do I do? I paid y'all for my classes and now you have no one. You won't even answer the phone. So I emailed them, what do I do? They gave me a store credit.
right.
So
I
I'm kind of stuck with, I don't know which version I have of it because I'm more of a Apple person more so than a PC. I have a PC, that's what I'm on right now.
okay,
I have both, but I'm more on my Apple than I am a PC. So I really don't know which version I have. It does say 5.0,
yes, you have the newest one.
but I don't know which version I have
That's
because
okay. They're all pretty much the same. 5.0, and I think I got 5.11, 5.123, 5.12.3. So I
got
believe it.
five.
it
point.
auto updates itself. Cause
So let me minimize you just for a second. Let me see what I have
okay,
um on mine, because mine is 5.12.3.
yep,
That's what it says at the top. Of I'm looking on TRW Design Wizard. That's
yep,
where version 5.12.3 Pro.
yep. That's correct. So what happens is when I bought 5.0, it was only 5.0. I guess just like Cricut and just like Zoom, they update automatically. Like you know what I mean? So until
Okay.
they come out with a version 6, we're going to get all of the updates. So it's going to go one day from 5.112.3 to 5.16 something or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, so I'm okay.
You're okay. Um, I think what happened was the software is 769, eight and some change after tax. Then they have so many template packs online. I'm sure the company is well rich off by now, you know, to the point to where they started lacking on customer service or being unreachable. You know, so many people are like, yeah, I downloaded the wizard, but I need help. I don't know how to get it on my computer. And I'm like, you gotta contact the Rhinestone Wizard. I mean the Rhinestone World. When I first got in, I could call that company and Matt would answer the phone and me and Matt would be on the phone for an hour or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't even answer the
They don't
phone
even answer the
anymore.
phone anymore. Yeah. So I
So,
I don't like that about them. But hey, that's them running their company already, and like I say, they rich beyond their wildest imagination. You know what I mean? So they gonna run it how they gonna run it, and it's our complaining ain't gonna change nothing. Like you know what I mean? They just
no,
gonna make it even harder to reach them. Like you know what I mean?
yeah. So
And that's
that's why when you said I'll teach, and I said Coreldraw, and I saw that, and I was like, oh yes, yes, yes. I've been waiting. You
yeah,
have no idea. But long story short, it's probably this coming week. If you have any more time, I'm more free during the daytime. I do nails in the evenings.
okay.
I'm still doing nails. That has dwindled down too, but I'm trying to get some income in. So until I can continuously learn this, let me make some more money. I'm signing back up this coming week. You let me know. You have my cell phone number. You let me know what day you're available. Like I
Okay.
said, I'm free during the daytime. I don't know if you're free during the daytime. I'm not sure.
I'm free. This is what I do 24/7. So I am free.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
this is my job. Like this is what I do. Um, I'm free whenever. Somebody need a 2 a.m. class, you know, I'll schedule it in. So it's based on your convenience. Let me know when you're free. I do shoot professional pool and have a life outside of here, but
I know that.
not another commitment. You know what I'm saying? So this is my commitment. Everything else from here is either vacation or just enjoying life. So you let me know when you're free. I'll schedule you in and I'll be attentive and be ready.
Okay. So as soon as I make my next 50, it's yours. I will just shoot it to you through Zelle. I prefer Zelle if that's okay.
I prefer
Um,
Zelle as well.
Okay, because it goes right into your account, so that's good. I can share some information with you if there's some things that you may need to know. I don't do taxes, but I used to work for IRS.
Okay.
I know how to get a lot of stuff written off. I worked for them for 34 years. I'm currently right now, this is all free. I'm teaching, not teaching, I'm giving information with a friend of mine who has a consulting company, pen to paper,
Okay.
and she's giving people. I'm in this thing called the Vision Room, and that's how I met Bridget, Coach Bridget Moody. I follow her on Instagram and Facebook. I'm in her class through the Potter's House of Dallas, Texas,
Okay.
and I am going with her coming. She's coming to Maryland October 5th, doing a pen to paper class, and I'm doing the presenting on taxes, how to get your write-offs.
All right, all
And
right, all right. So God works in mysterious ways. I need to talk to you about that, and maybe we may be able to trade off. Where to where you can get free trainings, like you know what I mean, and in return for you helping me, because I need some help, girl. But we gotta talk about that off of the recording so that you can get an understanding of me, what I've went through, and where I'm at now as far as this IRS goes. Okay.
Okay, not a problem. Yeah, we talk about this off the recording. I've got to get to a point where I can afford Zoom, so I can do this too. That's why I asked you, did you have FaceTime?
Okay.
Um,
I pay, I think, $17 a month for Zoom.
oh, that's it?
Yes,
I
yes.
thought it was 100 and something.
It's 100 or something for the pro. I just got like the basic, like you know what I mean, that allows me to do my recordings and my screen shares and all of that. I pay $17. Like, so I
I
used to
can
do it for
afford that.
free. I used to do it for free, but then they only give you 45 minutes to record or a half an hour to record. For the first level up, it's $17.
Guess
And
what?
and
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
think and I think you have to switch it to where it's monthly. Like you know what I mean? Because some of them say it's $17 a month, but then they want you to pay for a whole year. I think you gotta switch
Oh,
it. You gotta switch it to say, I want to pay for it monthly.
okay. So I'm gonna investigate that today. I'm going to check on that today, focus on that. And I I got you. Don't even worry about it. Right now, I'm just so grateful that you're teaching me what you're teaching me, and what you've taught today has taken me a whole nother level to where I wasn't even close to that. So I'm grateful.
All right.
I'm grateful.
Give it about an hour for the video to render, and then I'll send you a link so that you can watch the video.
Okay, email it to me if you can. You email it to me
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
okay, so I
I
can
will.
have it in my email.
Gotcha.
All right, thank you, and I'll be contacting you this week, maybe Monday or Tuesday.
All right. It was a pleasure working with you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. You have no idea. You godsend boy. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
All
Until we
right,
meet
have a
again.
blessed day. Okay, bye.